A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic turn of events, the Middle East stands on the precipice of a potential regional conflict as Israel prepares to retaliate against Iran following a two-wave ballistic missile attack launched by Tehran. The attack was in direct response to the assassination of key Iranian and Hezbollah leaders, including Hezbollah Secretary General Hassan Nasrallah and Hamas political chief Ismail Haniyeh. This unprecedented escalation has raised alarms among global leaders and analysts alike, with fears that the situation could spiral out of control, drawing in major powers and further destabilizing an already volatile region. On Tuesday, Iran launched a salvo of approximately 180 ballistic missiles aimed at military bases in the Tel Aviv area. Fortunately for Israel, most of the missiles were intercepted, leading to no reported casualties. However, the attack marks a significant shift in Iran's military posture, signaling a willingness to engage in direct confrontation with Israel rather than relying solely on proxy forces. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wasted no time in promising a strong response, declaring that Iran had made a grave mistake and would face consequences. The United States, a staunch ally of Israel, echoed this sentiment, with President Joe Biden affirming unwavering support for Israel and indicating that discussions about a response were underway. The situation has escalated to a point where analysts suggest that Israel's next steps could define the future of its conflict with Iran. Mark Owen Jones, a political analyst, noted that while Iran's missile attack was measured, Israel's response remains unpredictable. The stakes are high, as any miscalculation could lead to a broader conflict involving multiple nations. Iran's missile launch was perceived as a calculated move to reassert its deterrence capabilities in the face of Israeli aggression. However, reports indicate that the United States had informed Israel about the impending attack, allowing for an effective interception of the missiles. This raises questions about the true efficacy of Iran's military capabilities and the symbolic nature of its recent actions. Historically, Israel has opted for limited responses to Iranian provocations, as seen in April when Iran launched its first-ever attack on Israeli territory. At that time, Israel retaliated with precision strikes on Iranian military assets, but the damage was minimal. This time, however, with the scale of Iran's missile attack and its ability to penetrate Israeli defenses, analysts like Andreas Krieg suggest that Israel may need to adopt a harsher stance to re-establish its own deterrence. As tensions rise, Israeli officials have hinted that all options are on the table, including strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities, oil refineries, and targeted assassinations of Iranian military leaders. Former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett has called for decisive action against Iran's nuclear program, arguing that the current geopolitical landscape presents a unique opportunity for Israel to act against its adversary. However, any military action targeting Iran's nuclear infrastructure could be viewed as disproportionate, especially given the relatively minor impact of the recent missile attack. U.S. President Biden has already indicated that he would not support an Israeli strike on Iran's nuclear facilities, suggesting a potential rift between the two allies regarding the appropriate response. In addition to nuclear sites, Israel may consider targeting Iran's oil facilities, which are less fortified and could significantly impact Iran's economy. Krieg pointed out that striking oil infrastructure could serve both strategic and political purposes for Israel, especially as Iranian authorities face mounting domestic pressure due to economic challenges. The potential for direct confrontation is further complicated by Iran's own military posture. Iranian military officials have issued stern warnings against any Israeli retaliation, threatening to escalate their missile attacks if provoked. General Mohammad Bagheri, the chief of staff of Iran's armed forces, stated that Iran is prepared to respond with increased intensity if Israel continues its aggressive actions. As the situation unfolds, the world watches with bated breath. The ongoing conflict between Israel and its regional adversaries has already resulted in significant loss of life, particularly in Gaza, where over 41,000 Palestinians have been killed since the onset of hostilities. The recent escalation serves as a stark reminder of the fragile nature of peace in the region and the potential for a broader war that could engulf multiple countries. In conclusion, the Middle East finds itself at a critical juncture. With Israel poised to retaliate against Iran and both sides warning of dire consequences, the possibility of a regional conflict looms large. The coming days will be crucial in determining whether diplomacy can prevail or if military action will further entrench the cycle of violence that has plagued the region for decades. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.